What's up, YouTube? It's Louis here. Hope you're all well. Today we'll be looking at Bitcoin. We'll take a look at the weekly close, looking at this pattern that I called all the way back in March. Literally, even before we topped out, I was saying this is probably going to end up in a big dump because of how many days we were pumping in. I was anticipating a retest of this double bottom. We fell through it, and then of course I made you guys all aware if we do ever lose this, we're coming back down to this yellow box and this pink line. Then we formed this double bottom here in this small tight ascending triangle with this ascending support and this horizontal resistance. But when we came to the neckline, we failed to break above it, and all we did, and I told you on this pump. So when we had this bullish candle, I was saying, guys, we're bullish. We're going to head back to this high minimum. We're going to come into the bearish cross that we formed. Now, everyone was getting excited with the pump, but I remember very clearly when we were up here on this wick. I remember the day, it was a green candle when I was making the videos up here. I said, guys, on the 4 hour time frame, this is a bit too vertical over here. You can see we had a massive pump, no pullback really, just consolidation pump, consolidation pump. So I knew that there were no real pullbacks like proper coming down for support. You just sort of went sideways before you continued, sideways before you continued, and then we ran into the 200 EMA on the 4 hour time frame. But remember, on the daily time frame, this was the bearish cross. You're running into the 55 EMA, and that's why I said to you guys that even though we are in targets to the upside now after breaking out the double bottom, we haven't confirmed it yet. We haven't closed a daily candle outside yet, so that's what we would need to do to confirm that. And then our next target would have been the orange box back at the 44.4k resistance. But yeah, I told you guys that if this ends up as a rejection and we fail to actually close above this, then we're actually going to head down to this pink line. So all the way up here at 43k, I was shouting for 39k. Boom, we got 39k, even though at the time no one wanted to believe me. Everyone was saying, nope, we're going to 44.5k. Yeah, we're not going down. And then there you go. This is why we can't be biased, guys. This is why when you're watching this channel, I'll always have an open mind and I'll always be unbiased and look at the chart both ways. That is what I'm here to do, to teach you that. And so if you enjoy that, if you appreciate that, me trying to look out for you, then go ahead and smash the like button. And of course subscribe and comment. That's what's going to help boost the channel up. So thank you guys for your support. Yeah, literally since here, guys, I've been calling for this rising wedge, this potential rising wedge or bear flag, whatever you want to call it. If it's a rising wedge, the target is at the bottom. So my target personally, now that we have fallen out of this ascending support, take a look at this on the weekly time frame and we'll come back. Guys, this is the weekly candle that just shut. It's not a good candle. If I keep zooming out, you can see we're about to get this bearish cross. So if you remember correctly, going back to the daily, I said now that over here, when we were just over here, I was saying this is already forming like this was. And so I believe if we lose this wick, we're going to get a dump like this. And we got that exactly. What I was anticipating over here, or maybe still coming, was a capitulation wick, a liquidity grab, which we did get, but I was anticipating a larger wick, a larger dump, maybe into this 786 before a bounce. So could that be what's still to come? Maybe. There's only one way now to go ahead and invalidate this target that you are currently in. So guys, currently right now we have validated a technical target to the downside because of the weekly candle close. You need to understand what this candle means. If we dissect this and we put this into two candles, so if we split this candle here into two candles, you need to think, look at the wick. So I was once up here, but I closed down here. So if you think about it, when this candle opened over here, you actually pumped all the way up into the 55 and the 20 EMA, all the way until 43k. But before the weekly candle closed, the bears were like, no, this price is too high. This is resistance, basically signaling that the 41.5 to 42.5k area is actually resistance and not support. That's what's shown by this rejection. We were up there. We didn't like being up there. This price is deemed too high by the market makers. We actually closed for the first time this year below this support. The first time this year is very key to recognize that. with a massive wick to the top. So yeah, that is your bearish confirmation, if there isn't any. If there is any. So yeah, there's a few things that we need to do. Of course, we haven't completely closed below that wick right now. Remember, last week I was saying if we're closing below that, that's when we're going to head down, because you're below the 618 and you're closing below the previous lowest rejection point. So this was the lowest rejection point, and we actually currently did go lower. We aren't at the moment lower, but we were lower. We did make a lower low with the wicks, so it's testing the lows. It's trying to. You can see after this pump, it's retraced 100%. So if we lose the low, we have targets to the downside. Now, without those targets to the downside, we just look at these fibs from this low to this high. We were measuring this massive impulse to the upside to see where is it going to land to, usually the 618 before continuation. So definitely some people were longing over here, but it just went into the bearish cross, and yeah, it was like, no, we're not going up. This is a bearish cross. We're going into a downtrend. That's what will be signaled and confirmed once we do eventually close below this low. So a daily close below this wick is your signal. We're going to continue and try to come down to our technical target that we are actually in right now, which is 35k, guys. So 35k is the target that we are in. How do we not go to 35k? Well, at the moment, as long as you're above this wick, you won't. The moment you lose this wick, the moment we're closing a daily candle below this wick, we're coming into the 786. And this is actually a potential scenario where we could actually bottom out here, because it's a previous low. It's a previous low. You see, when we came down here, it was actually sort of a fake out, because you came back into this zone, confirmed that support, pumped into the resistance, came back to the support and left. And because you didn't retest this as support, you fell through, because it was never confirmed as support. So we need to fall to the area that is a confirmed support. Boom, right there where we had the capitulation wick. So for me personally, even though we are in target and I do believe we're coming down here, there's that potential scenario where we could actually just come to the 786, meet this true support, and actually never come down to here. Find this crazy bounce that actually gets us above the 618, maybe a little rejection off the outside of the pink line, fall back to the 618, where we have to reclaim this pink line, this ascending line, the purple line, sorry. We have to reclaim this as support, as well as the previous double bottom neckline, the 41.5 to 42.5k area. Guys, if you enjoyed these videos, please like, subscribe and comment. Only you guys will grow the channel, so I really appreciate it. Always leave a comment. Let's get this video to 50 likes. And if you're interested in me helping you become a self-sufficient trader, someone that doesn't need anyone's help, I've got a 6-hour-long course, I've got a 1-month-long mentorship, and I'm more than happy to help you. I've got a few students at the moment, but I've got one opening. If anyone's interested right now in the next few days or week, I'm more than happy to take new students on. Thank you guys. I'll catch you in the next one. And as always, peace. So guys, here are the crypto packages. If you think you have what it takes to stay disciplined and consistent over the next 3 to 6 months, then I'm more than happy to help you 10x your learning curve. So you can already be a complete beginner, or you can be advanced. It doesn't matter. I'm here to turn you into a self-sufficient trader that doesn't need anyone else's guidance by the end of it. I even had to pay over £10,000 to get all this information. That includes scams, scam signals where I lost 3k, scam master account management where I lost 5k, scam pyramid scheme companies for bad courses. Then I found my mentor and I had to pay over $2,000 for just a 2-hour mentorship lesson. What you guys are getting for £650 is access to the chat until the top of the market. So if the top of the market is a year away, do 1 year times 40. So you're definitely getting your money's worth. You also get the course included in the mentorship. And I will actually not just do a 2-hour lesson with you. I will stay here for a month period to make sure that you become a self-sufficient trader by the end of it. So if you're interested in this, head over to my Twitter, Louis_crypto, to the pinned post and message me there. Thank you guys, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.